Hey everybody, and welcome back to another iiRcade Gamedaze Live. I'm your host, Michael, executive producer here at iiRcade. And all right, let's talk everything that's been going on this week, right? There's been a lot of things, right? So bear with me here as I prepare everything at the same time because I have not had a lot of time today. As you might have noticed, one of the games went down in the store real quick and it's put back up now. So just in case you downloaded Twin Cobra earlier today, it is fixed with what you were seeing. It wasn't a 100% bug, but thank gosh, somebody caught it really early on. We were able to fix it really quick. So Twin Cobra is, in fact, back online. It's working just fine now. So if you did encounter the bug from earlier today, go ahead and just uninstall Twin Cobra really quick, reinstall it on your system. You'll be good to go. No harm, no foul on that one. So it is back up on the store right now, so no confusion on that one. As well as, of course, we released Elevator Action 2, right? One of our amazing Taito titles that we've been having held onto for a little bit now, right? While it gets approved and fixed and everything like that. So game is working immaculately now, which I'm super stoked on. So if you haven't picked it up yet, Elevator Action Returns. Wow, I keep saying Elevator Action 2. Elevator Action Returns and Twin Cobra are both on the store right now. They're both sequel games to, of course, Elevator Action, as well as Tiger Helis. So predecessor for Twin Cobra. And then after Twin Cobra came Twin Cobra 2, and then they went on to make the dreaded Truxton, of course, one of my favorites, as well as Truxton 2 after that too. That's the same team that did that. So cool little story there with Toa Plan, which is awesome. Plenty more Toa Plan shooter games that we still have to mix. A couple other ones that have been announced before as well too, right? So these have all been shooters that we've announced in the past that are finally making their way out to you all now, as well as, of course, Elevator Action Returns. Elevator Action Returns, the first one, or sorry, just Elevator Action Returns brings you different gameplay mechanic, a brand new look, of course, too. They look drastically different. As well as different levels, of course. Dogs, which I don't like too much because I don't like shooting the dogs in games all the time. This thing. Elevator Action Returns is a fantastic sequel to Elevator. If you never picked it up before, check it out. It's on the store right now. Online games today, of course, if you haven't seen it yet, too, we did a post yesterday, too. So online games today, we got Breaker's Revenge, which is an excellent fighter, of course, amazing on the system. Breaker's Revenge, we've got Street Hoop, which is amazing as well. So if you've never played Street Hoop, it's a fantastic basketball game. Dunk on some people right now online, as well as Dog Yoon, which is one of my personal favorite shooters as well. If you've never tried Dog Yoon before, it's bright, it's flashy, it's got an amazing soundtrack. You get to play as a kick-ass the too, as some other secrets. It's a great game. You actually absorb the second player, which is amazing. We'll share some gameplay later on today. And then, of course, two more games released today. All right. Are we back? Are we good now? Can everybody hear me? All right. I think I was freezing. That would be my connection dropping in here. We've got a lot of storms rolling through Chicago right now, so that could be why. Is everybody good? We good? Give me some thumbs up in chats. Throw me some ones if we're okay. If you guys can actually hear me again, that'd be solid. Okay. Audio's out. Audio's not out. Audio's in. Good. Cool. Okay. Moving right along. Sorry about that. Yeah, again, we have some fun thunder and lightning over here in Chicago right now, too. So in case I just lose power, too, to the building, that would be crazy. But that's probably affecting our internet, honestly. There we go. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. We're back. Cool. Outside of that, let's see. Yes, we did have a big announcement planned for today. Of course, if you didn't catch it before, it is postponed till further notice right now. A couple different reasons for that, too, that we're not going to go over at this moment. But it's coming to you still. Don't worry about that. Just had to get postponed a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, we've had the big announcements of online last week, and then the week before that was gold. It's been a little busy over here, as you can tell. And, of course, something else I want to go over today is, let me bring this up right here. We did add, some of you've noticed before, in 9.009.000, the current firmware, if you're not updated to it, update it right now, because one, online gameplay, but two, it also enabled the accessibility settings in there, which we went over a little bit last week. However, let's go into more detail today. So let me flash this up real quick. So these games are currently enabled for auto firing. So one of our accessibility options that's currently available on the system that you'll notice. That's why we added a full menu, right? So these 29 games here are actually pretty much, so we went with shooters first, of course, right? Because that's the most obvious ones for auto fire games. So the auto fire in these games particularly, let me actually take this off the screen. There you go. Cool. And I posted that in the community group, but we can post that other places too. So we can go over that. But now if you see them marked, you'll see games marked like this. So R-Type, for example, you can see it's a little harder to see on my screen right now. So accessibility options for R-Type. So it's marked right up there next to E for everybody for the rating, as well as it's a 2-player game. And then, of course, accessibility is now there. And you'll see that it's blue. We did it in a different color for games just like R-Type, right? Certain games that we enabled this option for rapid fire that needed it, those ones don't need these extra controls like this. But for a game like R-Type, of course, there's a press and hold mechanic, right? So we had to take that into account. So currently what we've done for you, if you're using the accessibility section for the accessibility option, there we go, for rapid fire, setting was the word I was looking for. Fire and force, you can see we're just duplicated down to the X and Y buttons below A and B. So A and B are actually going to work normally for that game. So press and hold mechanic is still on the A button there. And the force, of course, is still on the B button on both occasions. It's just duplicated down for easier play. However, the X button for firing there is the blue one, right? So that's actually going to be your accessibility button to use. So that's actually going to work as your auto fire. So if you do need to use the auto fire for this game for accessibility reasons, there you go. It's on the X button right now too. So that'll keep rapidly firing for you at a good pace. I wouldn't say, so we kept it it's competitive. However, not competitive at the same time, if that makes sense, right? It'll get you through the game, but we did have to balance these for leaderboards as well, right? Because we didn't want to strip out the global leaderboards. So you can totally still compete on those. And functionally, I mean, these work really well. However, for somebody like me who spams like absolutely ridiculously fast, I'm probably going to do a little bit better in this game, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you can dodge better than me. So in all fairness, there you go. So if you are trying to leaderboard chase, though, you still can do it with the accessibility options for rapid fire. It's not taken away or anything like that. It's just, it is sort of at a slower pace than what like somebody like me who's actually really competitive in these games can do. So that's kind of how we balanced it a little bit. So happy medium basically too. But again, it doesn't mean that it's not competitive either. So trust me, if you can dodge better than me and you can get farther along in these games, you can score higher than me, technically speaking, on a game like Trucks did. However, of course, the ones that we duplicated in this sense with the blue buttons are simply for games that have press and hold mechanics as well. If the game doesn't have a press and hold mechanic, you won't see the blue markings as long as you have accessibility turned on in the settings for rapid fire for that option. If it says accessibility is on that game and it doesn't list blue buttons, it's just the normal A and B buttons for that game too. So that's how that's working right now. And again, as I put in the post earlier today too, if you guys have any other games that you think, if there's like beat 'em ups and stuff potentially that could really use this feature that you've played in the past too, and like you might have some issues with it, let us know. Hit us up on Facebook there too if you want to do it more discreetly. That's totally fine too. Hit us up at contact@iiRcade.com and I can take those into account. We can look into that. This is not a super hard thing for us to do now that our software is implemented. So the way that we did it, we made it simple for ourselves as well, of course, right? So pretty easy for us to go in and change these games. So if you do feel like you play a game a bunch and you really want that rapid fire option in because of one reason or another, be it, physical, be it medical, be it whatever reason, honestly, let us know. And we can look into that too. We might not always do it necessarily. However, we want this, it's an accessibility feature. I want everybody to be able to play these games and have a good time. I don't want you to be struggling if it kills your wrist because you're arthritic or something and you can't just press a button all the time. I get it. Understand. So there you go. So those options are now available for those 29 games. Again, that's posted in the Facebook community as well. And you can always rewind this video and things. And they're marked, of course, when you launch the game. Just make sure that you have the updated version of the game. So you're going to have to update these games on the store before you'll see that actual marking on the instructions screen, right? So there you go. Any questions on that? Yes, Jeff, 9.009 is the latest version of the firmware. That includes this accessibility section along with online. It is, I don't know if you guys could hear that or not too, but we got crazy thunder out there right now. I never hear it inside this giant concrete building, so I'm kind of surprised by that. Let's see. It will not show rapid fire on leaderboards. I see that question. Potentially later on down the road. Sorry, I'll keep this up. Potentially later on down the road, we might show that off, right? Like this person was using it, this person wasn't using it. It's totally a thing to keep in mind. However, for now, no, it's a new feature. We've got some other things to fix, like online play testing bugs and things that are kind of key right now too. So, however, again, we balance these games really well. So it's not going to give you any sort of competitive advantage. Trust me on that one. As somebody who does rank very high or first place on a lot of leaderboards, it's not going to give you an advantage over the competition for sure. However, it can still make you competitive though. Yes, that's true. Let's see here. Okay, fighters can't be auto fire. Just say that's not going to happen. So other game genres though, beat 'em ups potentially, but yeah, fighters are not going to be auto fire. Unfortunately, that would break the game entirely. So that's a good example of a game that I can't do it. Breaker's Revenge. I can't put auto fire in Breaker's Revenge. That would just entirely not work. Okay. Yeah, so we just covered this question as well too. I see a lot of questions on the leaderboard specifically with this too. But again, this is not to compete on leaderboards. This is for accessibility section. That's why we put it over there. So Charlie Green here. Yeah, to actually explain the feature, totally fine too, because some people don't know what a rapid fire is, right? Rapid fire, does that mean just pressing down on the button and it will fire? Yeah, so especially shooter games, right? You'll notice that some games don't have like a press and hold mechanic, right? So those games will work for this, right? So instead of you having to press, like Truxton is a really good example of this. Truxton is a very spammy game for if you're playing it, especially with the orange, right? Yeah, so what this does is basically once you're pressing the button down to it, acts as if you are pressing the button multiple times. So at kind of a slower pace. So like if I'm like tap, 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 really, really fast, this is more of a like a tap, 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 if that makes sense, sort of how it's done. So yes, that's what rapid fire does in this sense. All right. KevGred, is Rastin 3 fix? Yeah, since 9009 release, yeah, that fix was in this one too. We would have pushed it a lot earlier. We just couldn't. I didn't want to bust your system up with a broken system update for just one minor game fix, if that makes sense. But yes, Warrior Blade Rastin Saga Episode 3 is, yeah, it's fixed in this build too. The pixel perfect filtering is on both screens, if that makes sense. So yes, there you go. Or if you take off pixel perfect, smoothing goes on both sides too. So yes, that works properly now. Any other questions here that are related to accessibilities or anything else before I get to mobile games? Let's see. Sorry, going through the chat here. I really need like somebody to just feed me questions throughout the entire show. That's really the job that I need somebody to do. Bang Beat? Like you want rapid fire in Bang Beat or you want Bang Beat online? We'll see. But yeah, Bang Beat, I could potentially put this into Bang Beat if that's what we're talking about. I'm missing that conversation, but I see part of it. Okay. Are these updates part of why you saw a bunch of auto downloads yesterday and today? No. I don't know what that auto download issue is yet. We're looking into it though. I saw that post from Dave earlier. Not sure what's going on with that there too. Sometimes the server does some screwy things. Sometimes the servers like to reset themselves, and then after they reboot, then they cause some jazzy things going on. So not quite sure what's going on with those games, but yeah, no, we're looking into that right now. Yep. Can't tell you when that game drops. I can't tell you when any other games drop right now. All right. Cool. Let's move on. It's game days. Let's play some games, right? So we all come here for, right? This is why we get these machines and everything like that, right? So again, if I'm pointing this way, just know that there's a machine that I play on. It's literally right here. I don't even want to turn my camera, but this is where I play. That's why. Okay. So let me throw this up to the screen as well. Move on over here. Let's talk about our first game that released today, right? So let me know. Again here too, especially. Actually, it looks like I might have to remove this from the stream real quick and re-add it. Maybe it's better now. Let's find out. Okay. Hope you guys can hear. Let me know if the sound is too loud on this or anything like that too. Let's go down all the way to Twin Cobra. That's the one. As you can see there, accessibility option up there. If the screen ever decides to update, there we go. Okay. Looks like it might be a little slow on this one right now. So we'll see if I can even actually stream these games today. All right, let me know if that volume's too loud, too low, anything like that. So yes, so this is Twin Cobra. So Twin Cobra is the sequel, the direct sequel to Tiger Heli. So if you like Tiger Heli, made by the same team, Twin Cobra, it's another great total plan shooter. So I don't have auto fire on right now, by the way, too. I am spamming the button, just as an FYI. So in Tiger Heli, you'll notice Tiger Heli, or not Tiger Heli, I'm sorry, Twin Cobra actually is sort of how they started really switching over to the Truxton era of games. So you'll notice the power-ups in this too, they actually cycle between, I believe, yellow, blue, and red, or there's a green as well. So there's multiple power-ups that you can pick later on in the game too. I'm already dying. That's actually not a speed pickup. That's actually a shot pickup. So that's going to make me double bullets there. Of course, I can drop my bombs. I'm doing so well right now. Those stars, that P is for points. So those are actually just extra points. You'll actually collect those as long as you survive long enough. You'll actually get those points at the very end of the match when you land on the landing pad, just like in Tiger Heli. Oh man, this is rough for me right now. I've already died. All right, I will leave Twin Cobra in the dust right now. So on top of that, let's actually go into our other title today, right? So Elevator Action returns. There we go. I hope it's not too fuzzy, out of focus. There we go. Shoot and jump. I see that comment from Scott. Truxton 2 is not impossible. I've beaten it multiple times now. I think I'm still, what, 4th on the leaderboards in that game too, potentially? All right. Here we go. So 3 different characters to choose from. Their power, their gun, and their speed does actually matter in this game, by the way. I like to use Cart Bradfield because he's a speedy guy. So excited for Elevator Action Returns. The wait is over. It's already been out on the store all day, so definitely check it out. It's looking good. It's sounding good. I hope it's sounding good on my stream at least too, because honestly, I can't hear right now. So there we go. So I don't like that I have to shoot the dogs in this game, but pick up these power-ups. So the power-ups are going to give you things like my machine gun that you see right there too. So M for machine gun, counting down. You can always roll the barrels at people too, and you can actually jump in this version as well. Oh, so you can see up there, I got to go on the door that's flashing on the top right. Oh no, if I can ever actually catch the elevator. Yes, this is an 8-way directional game, by the way, too, in case you can see I'm going at angles here. It's going to come into play a lot more later on. Get my data. I have no idea what I was doing in that room, but I got some data, of course. Let's grab this bomb because everybody needs a bomb. Oh, no. And you can double tap to sprint there. So in case you saw, oh, there we go. So if I double tap my joystick, I can sprint. And actually later on in the game too, you'll notice there's the holes and things. Because you can jump in this game, you can jump over those holes too. So that's kind of a different mechanic compared to the first elevator action, is the jump mechanic. And there I should have dodged those bullets by jumping. So the goal, of course, is to get to the right door. So I'm going in there right now. And then within there, I can start to collapse the building. There it goes. Because collapsing buildings spawns giant helicopter people. All right. So I won't show you too much more of this game, but there you go. Elevator action returns. With that, I will return back to my seat. So any questions on those ones? Any backgrounds? Any historical things that you'd like to know about these games? I've got too much knowledge up here in my noggin. Let's see. Any chance of adding a good game? Yeah, Elevator Action Returns is a fantastic game. So there you go. Let's see here. Questions about Elevator Action Returns, Twin Cobra. And yes, Twin Cobra does have leaderboards, by the way. However, this is one game where it's odd because they went back and forth, it seems like, with scoring. So for Twin Cobra, you can actually just keep continuing on with the score. So it's not quite as competitive, but like Tiger Heli or Truxton 2, where the score resets. So I'm not quite sure why they did that, but they kind of went back and forth, I guess, throughout different games. Let's see. Will the interface offer an online tab? Potentially, yeah. These are things that we're looking into, of course, with our interface change that's coming up sometime this year. And of course, too, on the store, it'd probably be easier. At least the search function probably for online games is probably something that we'll add very soon to the store. Don't quote me on that, but that is definitely something that we're toying around with right now. Elevator Action Returns cabinet. Oof, maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll have new cabinets later on this year. I don't know. I shouldn't say new cabinets. I mean, golds are new cabinet. However, new decals on them, I don't really know. All right. How about online for Elevator coming in the near future? Maybe. Yeah, it's going to be fun when online's fully fleshed out. Again, online's just in the alpha. Keep that in mind right now. We know it's rough. It's fun because once you connect, it seems to be totally fine. It's connecting is the issue right now, right? So we're working on that. But generally speaking, it's working well overall. And of course, I want to get even more really good games out to you very, very soon, which is fun. But I mean, I'm really stoked for this weekend, honestly, with these games. With Breakers is one of my favorites. Heavy Smashes is like literally my favorite game. And then on top of that, Dog Yoon's an amazing shooter. That's probably my top 2 shooters, honestly, on the system. Truxton is clearly my first because I'm addicted to Truxton. And then Street Hoops, because of course, basketball, why not? We had baseball last week. We got basketball this week. So there you go. Filling out that sports category for you online. And then what is the other title that Knuckle Bash, the most ridiculous beat 'em up of all time, of course, with like Disco Elvis and everything going wrong in that game, right? You can hit people with guitars and stuff. If you've never played Knuckle Bash, it's good. It's real good. So I'm very excited to play these games online with people too. But yeah, it's going to be fun when we start releasing games and immediately they're just online, right? Isn't that going to be cool? It's just kind of like how we did with leaderboards when leaderboards came about, and then we started releasing games immediately with leaderboards attached to them for globals, right? So with online, that's kind of the goal too. So as we go on later and later in the year, especially, that's totally going to be a goal, is to release it just online right out the gate, do it that way. So that'll be fun. Breakers online. Yeah, Breakers has been online all day, actually. So here you go. So remember, for right now, for alpha, what you're going to have to do to enable these games for online is go over to your settings and then go to online game enable, I believe is what it is. Let me double check on what it actually says on here. I believe it says like enable online games, online game check. There we go. So you go to settings, go down, scroll down to online game check on your cabinet, and that'll actually activate these games for online play as long as they're installed. So once they're installed, do that. They'll go online. They'll be marked with online after that too. So again, let's see, the 5 games from last week were Stadium Hero 96 for baseball. You had, oh my gosh, Dragon Master, which again included with everybody's cabinet. So Dragon Master was there for a fighter. We had Magical Drop 3, which is a crazy good puzzler. If you've never played Magical Drop 3, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite games. Let's see, what other games do we have here? I'm blanking right now. Windjammers, of course. Windjammers is up there for everybody. And then we also had Outzone, which is also a really good game. Another toe plan shooter, actually, technically speaking. It's just very different because it's a running gun, right? And then this week we have, what did we just talk about, right? Oh, Heavy Smash, Street Hoop, Breaker's Revenge, Knuckle Bash, and Dog Yoon. So all 5 super good games to recommend, by the way, too. If you've never tried any of these 5 games that are online, try them out. Trust me on that one. Again, you got a 30-minute refund policy on the store as well. So if if you pick them up, you don't like them, refund them. No harm, no foul. But honestly, all 5 of these games today for online are really, really solid arcade games. So go ahead and check them out online, or check them out locally too. Totally fine to do local play. Let's see here. Other questions in the chat. Let me pull that one away. Any sports games coming out soon? Again, I can't talk about unreleased titles, but I just put a basketball game online this week. We put a baseball game online last week. You can't even play baseball on pretty much any other home arcade system, I think, honestly. Do you have a good baseball game anywhere else? I don't honestly know. But yeah, so we got plenty of sports. Plus, Heavy Smash and Windjammers are in our sports category too, right? Highly competitive games. Heavy Smash is basically like futuristic rugby. I don't even know what else to call it. Or futuristic handball is really what I'd call it, aggressive handball. And I don't know if Scott's in the chat. I think I saw MCAP earlier. However, I know you guys want squash online of all things too, so we'll see about getting that online soon. But I don't know why you'd want squash over baseball and Heavy Smash and Windjammers and Street Hoop, but you know. It's the Gold Cab Marquee swappable. I mean, it doesn't come with a swappable one, but technically speaking, yeah, you could put whatever you want in there. You just have to size it right and get it printed yourself. But otherwise, yeah, this marquee it's not like fastened into place. It just slides in. So it fits into the wood. It's slotted in there. So if this panel was taken off, you could just pull this right out essentially. Yeah, you could put a different one in there too. We do have a nice diffuser that comes with that as well. That's actually sitting behind this. There's actually a nice diffusing light panel as well. So that's kind of why we get a nice crisp, clean flow across the entire thing. It's not too bright. But yeah, so if you really did, yeah, you could size it up and make your own. Totally could. Let's see here. What other questions do we have yet? Squash. I don't know why you want squash so bad, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get you squash very soon. Squash has been tested for online already. I can tell you that. Again, our system for online is meant for all of our games getting enabled. The reason we're doing this rollout is to control it and get a lot of data right now, right? This is an alpha. It's not even a beta state yet. We really just need to get as much data as possible from everybody, which is what we're doing. That's why it's a slow rollout of these games right now. But yeah, eventually the intention is to put all of our classic arcade games online, right? We announced that back in end of November, early December when we actually announced this feature. So yeah, that's still our intent. So just a slower rollout right now. All right. What games are now P-dubs? We just went over this. I will say this one more time during the show. Ready? So this week's games, they're also on the attract mode again. Just so you know, today's attract mode. Today's games for online enabled: War, Breaker's Revenge, Fantastic Fighter, Heavy Smash, fantastic handball, aggressive destroy people game. You've got Street Hoop, great basketball game too, dunk on people. You've also got, let's see here. Wow, my brain. Dogyun. It's a phenomenal shooter. You get to be a giant robot in it. You get to absorb your second player in that shooter, by the way, too. Don't sleep on Dogyun. It's great. It's bright. It's flashy. It plays super well, super clean. Music's fantastic. So Dogyun. And then your fifth game today is going to be Knuckle Bash. Actually, P-dubs, I know you like Knuckle Bash, so there you go. All right. We'll put out maybe a full list later on, too, from last week and this week, just so it's a reminder to everybody what's online. And again, I definitely want to get some sort of online section going, maybe in the store or things too, just so it's easier to find. I get it. Again, alpha, working on those features. Any chance you do international shipping for gold? Currently, we haven't announced international shipping, unfortunately, outside of the US and Canada and Korea. Outside of that, can't say we will, can't say we won't. Check us out maybe later on this year. We'll see what's going on, especially around maybe holiday season. Take a gander. We'll see. It's, of course, we definitely want to get these things out to you all in the European region, in Europe, as well as the UK, as well as even other parts of the world, right? Totally down for that, too. We do have to check our licenses, of course, too. Our licenses are only potentially licensed in certain parts of the world, too. Europe is typically not a problem, but we do always have to check in on that, right? Everything on our system is fully legal, all that jazz. So, you know, we do have to do our checks on that. So that's another reason, plus other ratings, right? It's not an FCC rating anymore, too, at that point. It's a different rating for Europe and the UK. So we get all that stuff done. But yeah, we'll see. We're definitely looking to, you know, spread around the world at some point. Of course we are, right? What company wouldn't? However, I can't confirm at this time if that's going to happen anytime this soon. No. I'd love to, though. I would love to get you your hands on a cab over there. Also, thanks for tuning in. If you're actually watching from over there right now, too, hope your Friday night's going well. Let me see here. Can't talk about upcoming things. It's just how it goes sometimes. So Beach Buggy 2, of course, we'd love that online too. But again, modern games are up to the developer to use our servers. Right now, we haven't opened up our servers to those developers quite yet. So keep that in mind right now too. Yeah, for modern games, though, they will have to be enabled by the developers themselves. That's not done in-house by us, like we currently do with our arcade titles. Different thing entirely. However, yes, we would, of course, like to open this up to our modern developers. That's always been our thing, like we've talked about before. So just like a Steam server kind of thing. That's the intent. However, at this time, we need to, of course, stress test it ourselves first. Make sure it's working on a base level. Again, we want this thing to have good bones before we start just opening up the floodgates to everything, right? I'm just going to put this on screen just for now while I scroll through the list because this is our online games today. The other 5 games, by the way, are not taken offline. So there are 10 games online right now. Yes. So as we do keep rolling this out, those games will remain online from the previous week, by the way. So 3 to 5 games every week is still the goal. That's what we've been doing so far. 5 games last week, 5 games this week. So that's still the intention is 3 to 5 games each week. But yes, they will remain online after that. So. All right. Other questions. Don't have a lot more today, right? With different announcements and scattering and a lot of going on here again with Gold coming out, with online releasing last week. It literally has only been a week, right? So like we're pretty busy over here, plus it's expo season coming up here. So I've got a lot on my plate right now, trying to get games and things like that. Of course, as always working on more games. Any pressing questions though? Let's take maybe 5 more questions today and we'll call it a day. Super easy game days today. See if I can answer anything for you. Whatever happened to Legend of Kage? This is an easy one. Legend of Kage is still licensed. We're just working on it still too. Sometimes games have different requirements that they like to throw at us sometimes. So we like to, abide by that because we have to. So that's how that goes. So stay tuned on that one. Kage is just taking a little time to tweak for us. We have to, make sure it runs properly in our system before we can release it. I can't tell you when I'm going to drop Space Invaders. Can't tell you that. Phoenix, Zookeeper, and Battle Shark? Who knows, right? I know Phoenix has been a long time coming, right? We've had Phoenix S since like day 1, almost, I feel like. Who knows? Who knows what's up with Phoenix, right? Ronsky, no, we have postponed that. So in case you didn't see that on all of our other news feeds and things, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Yeah. Yesterday, the day before, we actually did announce that we're postponing that for now. So no big announcement today, just the games and online and things like that. I shouldn't even say just the games because it's a lot of work, honestly. Enabling 5 more games for online, making sure those are working, doing 2 more games today. Yeah, it's a lot of work. When will it be postponed until? I don't know yet. I don't want to promise you something for next week and then it doesn't. Yeah. Well, stay tuned on that, okay? Had a bad enough time trying to cancel this week, so that was unintentional. Very last-minute bug in there, too. Sorry about that. Leaderboards for elevator action returns. I believe it doesn't, actually. I don't believe we could enable leaderboards out the gate for elevator action returns. Let me scroll over, actually. I can tell you really quick right now, though. Elevator action returns does not have global leaderboards, unfortunately. For now. It's one of those games that was being difficult for global leaderboards at the time. So we're still taking a swing at if we can resolve those issues. It's kind of missing the right file types that we're looking for. Some games are very easy to do. Some games are very difficult to do. Some fall in the middle, right? We'll see if we can get leaderboards for that one. But for now, yes, Elevator Action Returns does not have leaderboards, unfortunately. Though we do have almost 150 games that do have global leaderboards right now. So there are plenty of other global leaderboards. Keep in mind. All right. Let's go. 2 more questions. Let's go 3 more questions. I don't even know if the one counted as a question. 8-Bit Bryant, I can't answer this question either. Can't answer when I'm going to release games because sometimes I don't even know, honestly. JP Blix, how can you get an awesome shirt like mine? Yes, you can actually go to iiRcade.com. We do have an apparel section right up at the top that you can click on now. This shirt's available there. You can get this in black as well too. I have like the charcoal gray kind of sleeves right now. But yeah, this one's a baseball sleeves one, so you can get these. Plenty of shirts, plenty of other swag on there too. The joggers are really comfy, by the way, in case anybody has ordered the joggers. I like those sweatpants a lot. I wear them around the house now. But yeah, you can get my shirt right now on there too. So they're all print to order, so they send right to you. And if you're on the West Coast, I feel like they honestly ship out a lot of times within like 2 days, if that even. It like arrives at your doorstep on day 2. It's pretty crazy how fast they are. All right. Again, can't talk about these games. I can't give away licenses. Counts Fanboy, chances of other cab skins in the future. How many and when? I can't say how many and when or if, honestly. But I mean, considering last year, you kind of saw how we went. We may do more cab skins on gold, but for now, I would not count on more cab skins coming for gold. It's just how it is. There's nothing announced, nothing that we can announce at this time too. Nothing that I can tell you is planned to be announced, right? So for gold, you've got the options right now of Dragon's Lair, Space Ace. I'm sorry, not Space Ace. Wow. Whoa, Space Invaders. Caught myself on that one. Dragon's Lair, Space Invaders. Space Ace was a limited run. So Space Invaders, Dead Cells, as well as the Black Edition, which doubles as our Dragon's Lair. Wow. It's a good day for me with words. I'm so sorry. That's our Double Dragon is our Black Edition. So we call it our Black Edition again because that's the only one that comes with the decals not pre-applied. So that cabinet is meant as a blank canvas for you. So that's why we call it the Black Edition, all right? So with that, you can apply those decals that come with it. Totally can. That's what they're there for, right? That's what most people do. However, you can create your own. You can paint it and clear coat it. I'm still waiting for someone to paint it and clear coat it. So please, somebody do it because I'm already doing it myself. But I want to see somebody else's work, right? But yes, don't plan. If you're holding out on other skins, you're totally can. However, I can't promise you they will come, and I can't promise you there'll be a sale price at that point, right? So right now, the 30 days, May 8th is when our sale price is due to end. So that's in like 2 weeks, I believe. Double check here. Yeah, 2 weeks. So May 8th at 11:59 p.m. CST is when the sale will end right now. So they're $200 off right now. And again, that does include free shipping. That includes everything. You just pay. That's your price. That's your price right now. $7.99 on the golds, and that's it. Right. So if you're looking to pick one up for the US, especially, go for it. I think Canada, you actually do get charged an extra 30 or 50 for shipping, I should say. But yeah, it's the lowest cost we could get. Wait, you can buy my actual, yes, you can buy my actual shirt on the store. Yes, iiRcade.com. And then you just go to the apparel section on there too. Yeah, this and many more are on there. It actually has, I think, does this one have little buttons? No, I thought this one had little buttons on the back. Some of them have little buttons to press, that look like ours. Anyway, they're designed well. You're welcome. So there you go. Okay. Let's go. One more question. One of the pressing questions we have here. Maybe 2 more questions. Dip switches, I can't really talk about right now either too. Of course, this is a feature that we would love to have in there for you. The more options, the better. Of course, that's what we always say, right? Are they right now? They're not there, right? Will they be there someday? I don't know. Hopefully. I hope so. I like dip switch settings as well too. However, we do have to watch dip switch settings due to leaderboards as well, right? So that's another thing to take into account. If we ever did add them, we would have to take into account our global leaderboards. These are small little caveats that on our system, we have the fun thing that we have to think about all the time, right? There's a lot of different caveats that come with that. So Space Ace Gold Edition. I don't think so, honestly, Nooner. Space Ace was a limited run. We did 500 Space Ace cabinets. I believe it was 500 for that cabinet. We sold out, and that was it. So stock was gone. Once it was depleted, that was it. It's a special edition cabinet. So again, time-sensitive things. That's what happens sometimes. It was the same thing with our Beach Buggy. Beach Buggy, we did a limited run of 100 for Beach Buggy racing cabinets. So if you're in the fine few people who did that, we did the same with Mayhem Brawler. The Mayhem Brawler was a limited 100 run that we did. So that's sold out. It's gone. And then I feel like there was one more cabinet. I think that's it, actually, for limited that we've done so far. But yeah. Guys trying to give me one more thing. You think I'm Zhang. Hopefully, actually, you may see Zhang on the stream maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see. You'll probably see him instead of my ugly mug very soon. So look forward to that. I know you all miss him. We miss him here in the office too. It's weird to not have his energy just kind of coming in every morning with me. So return of elevator action is cool. Yes. I wish that it was kind of titled that. I'm not gonna lie, instead of elevator action returns, but return of elevator action is now my new way to say elevator action returns. All right. One more question. Let's go. I see more leaderboards and more games. Again, we have 150 plus global leaderboards currently. There's a lot of games that have global leaderboards. Again, any game that doesn't have global leaderboard enabling, there's a reason for it right now too. And it's because it's very hard and intricate to do. It takes a lot of time. So not that we're not looking into that. However, currently it's how it is. It doesn't mean that you can, right? Not every game can do global leaderboards. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. These are not current gen games. We cannot manipulate their code in the same ways that we can with current modern titles. It's a much different thing entirely. That's really what it comes down to. All right, now that every time I say like two more questions or one more question, that's when like everybody's questions hit. What, you could ask these questions the whole time. What happened here? Let's see here. Again, I cannot talk on game releases, so there you go. Double Dragon, thank you, Shampoo Swan. Yes. And for those not to be confused, because I know there's kind of two pictures out there sometimes for Double Dragon, for the Black Edition Gold cabs. The skin that comes all the way up to the sides here, all the way up to the neck and everything on the swan neck there, that is the one that will be hitting households. So if you did order a Black Edition Gold Edition, Black Edition, yeah, working on that still, trust me on that one. It is the pattern that does come all the way up that you see. So it is a brand new design on that one too. It's shaped a little bit differently than the current ones that are on the standard editions, right? So just as an FYI, the pictures are right on our website that you can see the proper images and stuff like that too. But I know there are some other images out there floating with the initial design of that, which has a blacker top. It's not correct. Just as an FYI, so you don't get confused. The ones that are on our website, those are proper. So. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, $50 extra for duties and taxes to Canada if you do order a gold edition right now. Yep, that's right. New design is a nice upgrade. It's true. Let's see here. Other questions. Again, online features. I see a couple questions for online features and stuff too. Those are coming. This is alpha. Like we said multiple times now, right? If you've never seen me before, I will say this all the time. This is an alpha release. This is not even a beta release, okay? You're even used to beta releases, a lot of you. This is an alpha release. This is bottom. This is the bottom. It only goes up from here. So extra features like friends list and stuff, yeah, of course, we want to look into these things. I want to make it as easy as possible to connect you to people. That's the whole point of the system. That's what we're trying to do here. At a base level right now, though, we need to worry about connecting people properly. That's what we're focused on. Those extra things like friends list and other features like, I'm not even going to mention more than that. However, those will come later on in time, right? Probably honestly sooner than you think in the upcoming weeks, but we'll see on that. Again, we have to fix major features within the system. I keep pointing to my cabinet over here. We have to fix major features for alpha first before we can start moving on to additional features, right? Or else you start getting feature creeps. Nothing gets fixed. You just have bad connections. It's not what we want at all, right? So, yeah. CT Jason, I can't tell you what the announcement was going to be today, or it's postponed, so I can't talk about it at all. Let's see here. Again, also, sorry, going back to online, I should say too. Remember that online at iiRcade.com, that email does exist for you to add suggestions as well too. Not as questions, because again, we're not answering questions there. But if you do have suggestions for online or like good feedback, productive feedback, mind you, we know about certain bugs and things. Of course we do. Major ones that are happening, we know they're there. That's what we're working on to fix right now too. But small caveat bugs, those are great to report, as well as features that you do want. Those are great to put in for suggestions there. Again, there's a lot coming for online that just isn't there quite yet for alpha. But yes, online@iiRcade.com. You can email us there at any time. It's for online gameplay specific suggestions. So, all right. Now it's getting to time, right? So now I actually am going to take 2 more questions. I'm going to stop it here. We've been going on for 45 minutes, long enough. You don't have to listen to me for this long. All 200 of you right now. It's crazy. Let's see. Other things too. Things like swappable decks, light guns, steering wheels, spinners, trackballs, all that jazz too. Yeah, we haven't announced anything. So just so you know, that's all speculation that you're hearing right now too. Until you hear it from us personally, until you hear from me or you hear from Zhang, it's all speculation. It's all rumor, right? So I'm just sitting here looking through questions. Prices for non-confirmed things not happening. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Okay. Again, I can't address any rumors or speculation on that stuff. Not until we get our postponed announcement back online. So, Goofyfoot, today you've missed a lot of good online games, but you've also missed Elevator Action Returns and Twin Cobra. There we go, sequel to Tiger Heli. However, these are not the bangers that you may have seen me allude to on the show the other day. What we were talking about was later on this year. So there you go. Just keep that with a caveat. Speculate. Look, I can't talk about the announcement that was postponed today. Ending that one right now too. That's how it goes. It's postponed for a reason. It stays postponed. And then we can tell you about it. Sometimes you catch last minute issues. It's just the nature of the beast. All right. If there's no more pressing questions, it's good. I'm good. I'm golden. All right. I'll take one more question. Anything right now. Anything that I can actually answer about games, about gold, about shirts, about me. I don't know. Here's a good one, actually. Sydney Hunter cab update. Yeah, they're still, as far as I know, they're on the ships and the ports. They've been there for a bit now. I know, unfortunately. They're just kind of sitting there waiting to get unloaded. That's still the last news that I have for you on that one, too. Sydney Hunter cabs, along with additionally some toe jams. And additionally, let's see. It should be it, actually. That's on that ship. Mayhem Brawler also is in the same thing. It's kind of waiting on the ocean right now. So they've been shipped. They've been manufactured and shipped. We're just waiting on them to receive them. Once they do arrive at the ports in LA, they get sent out to you pretty much within a week, honestly. Like, they'll be sent out to you like within a couple days, and then they'll likely hit your house from there within a week or so. So that's typical. All right. But yes, that's the status on Sydney Hunter. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good update for you on that other than we're just waiting. So again, we're not a shipping company. We can only do so much too. Yeah. All right. Can I do a cabinet contest? This is a fun one. Hold on. I'm going to bring this on. I'm going to end on this one for the day. Nick Cameron's asking, can you do a contest where Zhang watches my kids for a day and I play the iiRcade? Zhang, if you're watching this now, or he's probably asleep right now, but if you're watching this later on, I want to see this. This is what I want to see too. All right. So we're going to fly Zhang out to your house. I don't know if there's a contest. Where's the contest in this? I need to see the contest in this. But yeah, I'm down for this. Okay. Throw him in there for once. With that being said, though, all right, let's wrap it up today. It's been way longer than I thought it would honestly be even today without the announcement. So, again, to recap, Twin Cobra and Elevator Action Returns, there we go, are both available on the store today. They're both actually $9.99. I believe they're both $10, so not bad. And then with that, online games enabled today, 5 games. It was Breaker's Revenge, Dog Yun, Heavy Smash, Street Hoop. I can do this. I can do this from memory, I swear. The 5th one would be, let's Let's see. Okay, sorry. Breakers, Heavy Smash, Dog Yud, Street Hoop, Knuckle Bash. There we go. And again, the ones from last week were Dragon Master, Magical Drop 3, Windjammers, Outzone, and I'm missing something there. Something else there. Somebody get me in on this here. It was a good game too. All right. I'll figure it out later. That's okay. I will find it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you're all playing online tonight too. Check out, we got, let's see, Leagues Online or iArcade Zone. iArcade Zone is tonight at 7:30 p.m. CST Chicago time. So 8:30 Eastern. There you go. Starts at 8:30 Eastern. I think if Brooklyn's in the chat too. I know Brooklyn Menace was doing something later on tonight too. I think around 9 my time, maybe 9 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brooklyn, if you're in the chat, but I know those guys are playing later on today too. So jump online. If you got these games, you want to jump in some matches, those are the perfect times to check out online with people, right? Because there'll be plenty of people playing right then too. Make some rooms, have some buddies, meet some people, jump on in there. Yep. That's kind of the times that, intended to play, right? This feature is meant for you to jump online with your friends and play or meet new people, right? It's not meant to be sitting around in matchmaking lobbies. It's just not going to happen right now. So there you go. Jump online with them all later on today, starting tonight. Also got other shows that are on tonight as well too, which is great. So check them all out. Home Arcades is booming right now. It's fantastic. So excited for you all. So plus, again, we got some really cool features coming in soon. Sorry to have to postpone today. It's just how it goes sometimes too, but I couldn't half bake this one for you until it was totally ready again. So there you go. We'll get to that very soon though. Don't you worry. And again, you'll probably see Jean coming up. Until next week, I'm going to play you out with the awesome attract mode from today too, that my amazing QA team helped out with, of course, as always. Until then, I'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Down, cut! Spin, go!